The Mount Street Club Trust has been involved in tackling poverty in Dublin since the 1930s. In 2008, the Trust set up the Mount Street Trust Employment Initiative, which aimed to help people back into employment and to develop a model of labour market services that could be replicated in other areas. The Mount Street Trust Employment Initiative funded 3 organisations to design and deliver training and guidance programmes. Those organisations were Ballymun Job Centre, Open, the National Lone Parent Network and the Irish National Organisation of the Unemployed.
The Ballymun Job Centre eMerge project piloted a model of quality-driven career guidance where access to labour market interventions is based on an individual's interests, aptitudes and specific needs, which are identified as part of a short to medium-term career plan. The focus of the eMerge project was on quality-driven career guidance and the importance of this in labour market exclusion or inclusion. The eMerge project also uses an action research methodology and a social return on investment evaluation model, which has been very useful in identifying the value created for a range of stakeholders, where a monetary value was assigned to the outcomes for the stakeholders. And this has allowed the project to get some sense of the social value created by the initiative. The Job Centre worked with the INOU and Open in terms of training some of their staff in use of the eGuide tool, which is an online career guidance tool developed by Ballymun Job Centre as part of a European project. The 2 organisations were using this tool in recruiting for their programmes. The Job Centre also provided career guidance to some of the participants of the INOU and the Open programmes.
I'm 24 and I left school in 2006. Since then I've been working in various jobs. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do as a career.
I was with for over 30 years and then unfortunately due to the economic downturn I lost my job in 2009.
Well, if you're out of work for a long time, it's very hard to get back into work.
And I'd lost that bit of confidence being out of work because of this. Because I couldn't get answers from jobs, I thought I was doing something wrong, or it was just me that this is all happening to, you know.
I left school when I was 14, dropped out of school early, and up until a few years ago I was trucking from one job to another.
I worked in catering for most of my life after I left school, and then I left the catering to care for my mother.
Couldn't go for the jobs that I wanted because of the lack of education.
My self-esteem was actually very, very low. To be back out, even just communicating with people on a general level, because I was always indoors caring for my mother, that was actually gone out the window for me.
The Ballymun Job Centre offers its clients an in-depth employment-focused career guidance and development service. The process aims to provide an individualised service where clients gain greater self-awareness, specifically in relation to their career interests, specific aptitudes, preferred work environment and career identity. The service is based on a quality framework which outlines a number of phases of engagement. The first step involves an in-depth registration where the practitioner aims to gain a good understanding of the client's employment and educational history, their specific needs in relation to the labour market, their perceived barriers and current status. This is a key phase as it enables the practitioner to identify the most appropriate service or guidance practitioner within the BJC for this client, ensuring that their needs will be met. If the client is unsure of the type of job they would like, or if he or she is interested in education or training, the opportunity to explore this in more detail is offered. This includes the use of career guidance tools such as interest inventories, personality profiles, cognitive assessments, and measures of well-being. The client gains a greater understanding of their current competences and those which need to be developed in order to access their chosen career area. Practitioner and client work together to identify the most suitable career area, and a career plan is then developed. Barriers to progression are also identified and incorporated into the career plan. Achievable goals are set and an implementation plan is discussed. This allows the client and practitioner to work together on the next steps and to ensure that the client can access the level of support they feel they may need. The client may be referred into basic skills training, specific skills training, a jobs club, counselling, work experience, etc., while at the same time working with his or her guidance practitioner. This enables the development of a positive and supportive client-practitioner relationship, which for many clients is key to their progression towards the labour market.
Well, I knew I wanted to work with kids, but I wasn't sure what area exactly, so I done the e-guide that asked various questions, and then at the end of that we found out what suited me.
You know, it was kind of like a questionnaire, and with the results it would tell me where I'd be best suited.
And it was in the area with kids, and so we talked about it and I decided that I wanted to do an SNA course, and the job centre helped me with that, linked me up with that and prepared me for the interview.
It made it quite a bit easier to get jobs and, well, get a step closer to getting jobs. I guess through them courses that I did 3 of them altogether, I kind of learned about commitment towards getting a job and a career.
Kind of helped me to find out what I wanted to do, come up and assessed me, and give me some ideas of courses that I might be interested in.
And so she asked me to go down and have a look at the open day in Plunkett College, just get the gist of what was going on and see what you thought of it. So when I went down, it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. So I said, I'll have a go for it, you know.
The support was so good that it just gave me that first step to move on to the next step and the next step.
I found my confidence building back up, and then when I come back to school, it built up completely. Then I was back to the way I was like when I'd been working, you know. I
would never have dreamt that I'd go back to college, and I did, and that was an achievement in itself.
When she gave me the first questionnaire, we went down through the answers, and she said I was very, very negative. And I think it was about 9 months, a year later, after being in the college, I came back and done the same or very similar one, and it was completely opposite.
It was the support more than anything else. It was just recognising that I had the ability to do what I wanted to do and instilling that belief in me.
"38 participants went on to full-time employment. 18 participants went on to part-time employment. 13 participants accessed employment schemes such as JobBridge and CE. 73 participants took part in internal training courses, for example, Jobs Club or Options programs. 138 participants took part in external education and training programs. We have embedded the guidance model into our own career service here. This is very important because it provides the clients with a very quality-driven service, and it also gives the practitioners a sense that they are delivering a quality service, particularly in the current economic situation. So the guidance process has very positive outcomes for clients. But we also feel that this model has huge replication in a wider context and could be mainstreamed to many services, particularly for clients who are very disadvantaged and quite distant from the labour market, for the young unemployed and for long-term unemployed clients, because it's provided evidence for us that this process has positive outcomes for the clients, for the organisation, for the practitioners involved and for the wider community. to be able to embed a service like this or implement a service like this, one of the key factors or key drivers of implementation here is the skills of the guidance staff and also the approach that they use in delivering